me. I say this justly. I went from musty to musky, and y'all can't mush me. I warn y'all hornballs, I hush puppies. The swans in the pond called my duck ugly, but now they hug me because it's lovely. They love the aroma of the world. Got the shakers and the skaters and the players and the girls. Keep the fakers and the flakers and the haters in the twirl. You want the fama? Hey, I got ya. You want the realness? Well, I got ya. I know you're sick of them niggas becoming watch ya. Either they pimps or they max or they monsters. You want the real shit? Well, I got ya. You see my niggas here? You know we proper. You know we do it right, 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 right. You know we.
Welcome everyone. Today is November 1st. It's a Friday, day after Halloween, and guess what? It's my birthday. Yes, today is my birthday, day after Halloween, Team Scorpio. And just in case you all are new here, in case you're just popping in case you're wondering why everyone is gathered here today and we have on our pajamas, it is my birthday. That's why.
It's your birthday. 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 Bad contest. You in first place.
It's my birthday. Yeah. It's my birthday. Yeah. It's my birthday. Ooh. It's my birthday. Turn me up. It's my birthday. Turn me up. It's my birthday. Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Yeah. Turn me up.
For those of you who do not know, one of my favorite horror movies ever is The People Under the Stairs, and it actually came out on a November 1st, which is my birthday. Actually, another horror movie that I really love came out on November 1st, which is Return of the Living Dead Part 2, which is another movie that I like. So let's see who we have before I bring up my guests in the back. Candy loves to talk TV. How you doing? One time for the birthday. That's what's up. Who else we got here? In the chat, we got some people backstage. Who else is chiming in here? We got Rod, TP. Happy 21st. You know what? Y'all in here trolling already. I'm not about to play with y'all. Darfalina with the $10 super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, it's my birthday. My sister is here. Hey. Go ahead and hit that super chat, sis, okay? Go ahead, do that. Well, again, you all know that I am not here alone. So before we get into discussing my favorite horror movie, let's see who we got backstage. You know, I'm going to bring her out first because she rushed through her packing and opened some boxes because she moving on up to that big apartment in the sky. How you doing, Nikki?
Hey, Kay, happy birthday. Yes, I literally just moved. Everything around me is boxes, but I had to show up for my girl Kay and her 21st birthday, apparently. I didn't know you were so young, girl. Happy birthday.
I said, y'all play way too much in this chat. Let's see who else we got backstage. Let's see. Let me bring some of the non-horror people out. EJ, was this your first time watching The People Under the Stairs?
Yes, you already know. I never saw it before. So
well, it's a first time for everything. And how did y'all miss this movie? Where were y'all?
I don't know. I don't like scary stuff.
See, there you go. See, one day you're gonna be like Ashley one of these days, and your whole channel gonna start thinking you like horror movies. Speaking of, Sweet Pea, how you doing?
Don't even let it come out of your mouth. Do not even let it come out of your mouth. But Kay, happy birthday. I'm so glad you were born. I'm so glad to be here, and I'm so glad that you were born. But I wanted to fight you after I sat up and watched this movie today. Because what in the good times horror was this? I have issues with it. Yeah, but we're gonna talk about all of those things. We're gonna talk about it because you made me watch it. And I don't know,
Yeah.
I must have blocked this from my memory. I know I've watched it as a young person. But yeah, this was the first time I really saw it. Ma'am. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Let's see who else we got back here. Somebody who says they don't even be wearing pajamas like that, but got on a full set of pajamas.
This is why we have children, Kay. This is why. Yeah, I don't wear pajamas like that. When I put them on for you, Kay, I put them on. I'm sweating already, and I just put them on. Nobody wear pajamas. You wear t-shirts to bed. Everybody knows that. But I'm gonna put it on for Kay to support Kay for her birthday. And actually, there are so many worse things that you could have watched and spent your time on than the people under the stairs. Don't be hopping on here acting like it was the episode of Good Times.
I know. Don't do that. Don't do that. And you know, I had to represent with my pajamas on because Mariah Carey said it's time to start celebrating Christmas. So I got on my Christmas pajamas. Soon as the clock strikes 12, she said it's time. Okay. It is that time. Shout out to the Jester, Zod Jester. Thank you. Thank you for the happy birthday super chats, you all. We got one more guest backstage. And I'm excited because guess what? Yeah, 2 exactly. But we're gonna bring them up at the same time. These are people that actually are on the same page as me with this movie, okay? They love it just as much as I do, if not more. Welcome, Sledgehammer Horror.
We're the token white friend.
Hey, this is my favorite movie. I love this movie.
See, that's why y'all here. That's why y'all here. Because see, it's gonna be some hate in the chat, okay? And on the panel, needed backup today. I needed y'all to be here with me.
We got you
together. Well, to get us started, y'all know I start talking about a whole bunch of other stuff before I even get into the movie. So let's see what we got. Not that one. Now, where we at?
But seriously, happy birthday to you, Kay.
There we go.
Yes.
Thank you, y'all, and thank y'all for showing up. I know everybody has stuff going on. It's the day after Halloween. People moving, got families and stuff. So I appreciate you all showing up here to celebrate my birthday and talk about my favorite horror movie, which is actually the anniversary of the movie. So happy birthday to me and happy anniversary to the people under the stairs. I appreciate you all for that. Thank you, Mom, for the birthday shout out. Let's see. Pretty girl Danny, thank you for the $5 super chat. We appreciate you. God bless you and keep you to see you many, many more birthdays and good health. Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Future Miss PhD, please give me that inspiration because y'all, I be wanting to quit school every day. Thank you for the inspiration. As we are getting into the movie, I would like to know, before we talk about that, now the movie we're talking about Fool, right? And he is a child heroine, but he's not the only survivor of a horror movie. He is not the only leader and the heroine. We got some more. So I want to know, who do y'all think is the toughest kid in a movie? These kids have survived bullies, slashers, spirits, all kind of stuff, and they were still standing at the end. We got Abra from Dr. Sleep, and she with the hat lady. I can't think of her name, but that was
Rose
a lot.
Put some
Rose the
respect
Hat.
on Rose the Hat name. Say her name right now.
Y'all know me don't need people names. And Abra even has some psychic abilities, so I appreciate her for that. Then we got Andy. Let me tell y'all, if y'all watch the Chucky horror series like me, Charles Lee Ray is still playing on his head top to this day. Okay, the beef is forever. We got little Jamie, who survived Mike Myers not once but twice, and we got little Haley Joel Osment, who was in one of the best horror movie plot twists of all time. And he see dead people. Before we get into that, shout out to my sister for the $10 super chat. Thank you, Doctor. My sister's a chiropractor, by the way. So thank you, Dr. Nay. Tyra, who is the toughest TV kid to survive a horror movie?
Girl, you know it's Andy. You can't put Andy up against these pedestrians. Baby, Andy was fighting for his life. Like, Chucky wouldn't let Andy rest. Like, and when he thought he could, he went after the little black kid in the third one. And he's still coming after him now. Like, the way that Andy was running for his life and trying to be smarter than the average bear, running around with his little pitter-patter of feet and his little two-piece. Like, he just couldn't catch a break. And he was stressed. Like, I've never seen a kid so stressed out in a film. Andy was hella stressed out, and I'm gonna have to go with Andy.
He was, and he's still stressed out because Chucky still ain't let off of his neck today. Still ain't up off of him. Let's see. Let's go. Let's roll to my sweet perspective. Ashley, who do you think is the toughest kid to survive a movie? And even if you know somebody that's not up here, because them kids in it, you know, they survive some things too now.
Yeah, and I don't know any of their names. And the only one that I know in this list is Haley Joel Osment. So I'm going to go with him for 500, Alex, from The Sixth Sense, because that's the only one I know. That's the only face I recognize. only one, Kay. It's hard out here.
Now, Ashley, Ashley, you ain't seen not one Child's Play movie, not a one.
Probably years and years and years ago. I remember Chucky, and I remember The Bride of Chucky. I remember those two characters. So bad. Next.
Shout out to Charles Allen for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you. Who we got? EJ with the $15 super chat. Thank you, EJ girl.
You're welcome.
Good that. And EJ, who's the toughest kid to survive a horror movie?
Oh, it gotta be Chucky. Come on now, there's no competition. I mean, come on. Andy survived everything. Andy had even when he got older, they still want to keep coming after him. Even in this doggone Chucky series, They still coming after him. Like, he can't escape Charles Lee Ray. So I mean, it gotta be him.
Gotta be. Okay. This is a whole lifelong beef that still hasn't ended at all.
Absolutely.
Sledgehammer Horror. Who's the toughest kid to survive a horror movie?
Who are you saying?
Oh, fucking Andy.
Really? I feel like Abra's up there for me.
Abra for
she
sure,
went
because
up
she went up
against
against
Rose the Hat,
and all of them.
who's a villain that you don't
Right.
want to mess with. And she won. We did like a
Maniac Madness, like a
Maniac
March Madness style
with
villain
villains. And Abra won it for me. So I
Rose
think,
the Hat.
what did I just say?
Yeah, you said it.
Yeah. Rose the Hat won it for me because I think she's like a badass villain. So for Abra to go up against her, like,
Right.
I don't know. But you're right. Chucky has been going after Andy for his entire life. Like,
Right.
took his mom, put her in
Abra-
a psychiatric hospital. And
Abra and Haley Joel Osment, they were in one movie each.
yeah.
And Jamie went up against Michael Myers, who's like the biggest bitch of all the
You
slashers.
know what? You know,
And,
Why y'all got to do Mikey like that? Come on.
He always
Listen. Busta Rhymes whooped Michael Myers' ass. Okay,
He
so I don't
did.
want to hear
He
nothing
didn't
about
whoop
Busta
his
Rhymes.
ass. He didn't whoop his ass.
He hit him with that Busta Rhymes kung fu. He's like, let's get this danger
He
entertainment started.
said,
Trick or treat, motherfucker. Whooped
and
his
then
ass.
he came back. He didn't whoop no ass.
But Andy, he's been going and trekking. He went from living with his parents to going to an adoptive set of parents to going to the military school to be like Andy's gone through everything with Chucky by his side the whole time. So absolutely, Andy is a badass, and he's still being a badass today, and he's still fighting Chucky. So Andy Barkley
To this day.
for the win.
Yeah, literally right now.
To this day. And don't hate on the Busta Rhymes kung fu moves. He learned everything he needed from watching kung fu movies. Okay, he pulled that from the top of his dome.
What I'm saying is,
y'all
if he
wouldn't seeing him.
if his kung fu could take out Michael Myers, any of these kids could take out Michael too. Like, come on now.
You know what? You might got a point. Thank you, Ashley, so much for the $19.99 super chat. I love it. And I will be getting me a pumpkin spice latte tomorrow. Y'all know Saturdays are my Starbucks days. I appreciate that from you. Nikki, which one now? Who we got?
I'm gonna need y'all to have a little bit of sense, because nobody on this panel got any sense except the sledges. Because why nobody said Abra? Like, don't play game. Andy, that's child's play. Literally. Abra literally went up against one of the baddest. If we did a Rose the Hat versus Chucky like we did Freddy versus Jason, the movie would be 5 seconds long.
Oh, Abra would.
Cannot F with Rose the Hat. She has all kind of powers to use up against you. Abra not only was tough, she was fearless, she was brave. She went and put herself in the middle of this mess to go help the baseball boy. She had more guts than the grown man. It's gonna be Abra all day, and one of our few black final girls is Abra, and it's no competition. Get everybody else off the screen.
Boom.
There's a thumbs down for you, ma'am. Listen, and that's all of the more reason. If she had all these powers, I don't even know her, but if she had all these doggone powers, at the end of the day, Andy didn't have no powers, and he was going up against a little
You don't watch horror. You can't
No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, she had powers.
She did though. She did. Andy had pajamas. Andy didn't have nothing but a set
Abra's
of
troubles
trousers.
ended at the end of that film. It was over for her. She had got her powers and she was in control of the situation at the end. Andy suffered for many a film. It's gonna be Andy every time.
Suffering. A lot of people suffered. Okay, a lot of people suffered. If Andy was bad, why?
Andy ain't even live a normal life.
Still ain't get Chucky out of here.
Before I move to the next slide, because the answers are on the next slide, okay? Oh, thank you. My sweet perspective got it down here in the right chat for me.
Stuff in.
Girl, I don't know. Whoever's I am on my phone, I'm just like, well, damn. There you go.
You might have sent it to yourself. Ashley might have sent it to
Let me go see, because if she sent $20 to herself,
Ashley, who did you send $20 to?
That was on my own. I fixed it.
No, Amy Danielle, you are not late. We are just getting started. So before we move to the next slide, I want you all to, I got 3 questions for you because they all gonna be answered on this next slide. Don't say them out loud yet, because we're gonna see who got some of them right. I want to know, we're gonna talk about Wes Craven real quick. What was Wes Craven's very first movie? What was Wes Craven's last movie? And how many movies does he have under his belt? All the answers is going to be on the next slide. So I want to know. Write it down because I want to see what was his,
we don't get
first
multiple
movie?
Choice?
No.
Okay, like let me guess.
It's Wes Craven. Y'all don't need no multiple choice. This is Wes. This is Big Wes.
There's other people on this panel, okay? Yes, they do. Now you say the first film and the last film.
Yeah, what was his first movie?
Yes, resources.
First movie. See, EJ, why you can't tell anybody you cheating when you do it now.
No, wait, Kay, what was the options again? What was the questions again?
First,
I know
Wes
2
Craven's.
of them.
Yep. What is Wes Craven's first movie? What is Wes Craven's last movie? And how many movies is under his belt?
I feel like horror fans absolutely know his first and last.
But I don't know how.
I don't. The one I think is his last. I don't know if it is, but I know it's first. But the last one is one that's tricking me, and I'm not looking it up. I'm gonna guess.
I know the first one.
See, all the answers gonna be on the next slide. First movie, last movie, and how many movies?
Can we just throw out a number for how many movies? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I know the movies, but I don't know how many. I know the first movie and the last.
Because he's been doing stuff since the 70s.
Thank you, Dane, for the $10 super chat for my birthday. Okay, for the stripper fund. Okay, I'll take it. You always got to be specific. Yes, Wes Craven is a legend, so we gotta take a minute. Y'all ready before I reveal the answers?
I'm ready, child. That's all I got. I don't know.
So are we supposed to tell you the answers, or are you gonna just reveal them?
I put it in the private chat. What I thought.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Before I reveal them, go ahead and say them out. Yeah, what y'all got? Say them out. Let me start with Sledgehammer Horror. What do you have? What is his first movie, last movie, and how many movies?
Last House on the Left for first. Is that right?
I'm gonna let everybody know at the same time. Look, I ain't gonna reveal it yet because I want to see everybody else answer.
And
we had My Soul to Take was his last.
Was his last one, yeah.
I think. But what do you want to guess for how many?
15.
I was gonna say 18, so let's go in the middle at 17.
All right.
17 movies.
Okay. Nikki?
Yeah, his very first movie, obviously, The Last House on the Left, and his last movie was Scream. Scream 4 was the last movie Wes Craven did. I absolutely know both of those. I have no idea how many movies he did. I'm gonna say, Lord, 20.
Okay, okay. Tyra.
Last House on the Left of the first film. And I knew it was Scream 4 because I was tired by that point. And I remember because I was like, you had to go off on that. Oh, what was the last thing you ever left us with Wes Craven? As much as I care about you, we got Scream 4. I was mad about that. So I remember that. And the number of films, I'm going to say 21.
Okay.
Get off my number, Tyra.
You want me to, I'm going to say 20 for 200. 20K. Take my 21 back. I'm going to say 20.
EJ.
I'm gonna copy off of everybody and go with The Last House on the Left. I don't even know if I saw it. And then I'm gonna copy off of Nikki because she sounded like she said it with confidence, so she might be right. And I'm gonna go with Scream 4, but I'm gonna go with like 34 movies. Let me know.
Okay. And Ashley.
What they said, because sorry to this man. I don't know this man. But I'm gonna say for my movie, for the count, I'm gonna say a nice round 16. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody got their answers. So
oh Lord. Okay.
Oh, it was 20 on the note.
Oh, she put all those there.
My
Okay.
Soul to Pick was the last one he wrote. Damn it.
And it's 20. Look how I got that right.
No, look how I got that right, Tyra.
I was close. 21-20. We got the films right and we got the number. We do stuff together.
I'm the only one who got all three right. Let's acknowledge.
I try to pretend like Scream 4 doesn't exist.
No,
I remember it.
we were having a discussion, and he tried to tell me it wasn't Scream 4.
She did say Scream 4.
would have had it right, but he was trying to tell me it wasn't.
Now, Ashley, you married. You should know not to listen to men.
I know. It's my fault. Should have never listened to this man.
I agree.
I won't again.
Shout out to the 66 people in the chat tonight. Thank you all for coming out to celebrate my birthday and talk about the people under the stairs. Before we move on from Mr. Wes Craven, RIP, I want to know, what is your favorite Wes Craven movie off of this list? We'll start with you, EJ. What's your favorite Wes Craven movie?
Scream.
I should have known. Ashley, what's your favorite Wes Craven movie?
I'm trying to see if there's any other ones I know on here. But you know what? Vampire in Brooklyn was a very good time. When we did the watch along, that was very, very evil is good. I'm gonna go with Vampire in Brooklyn. That was a fun watch.
Absolutely. Tyra, what's your favorite Wes Craven movie?
Oh, girl, it's a Nightmare on Elm Street every single time.
I'm with you on that. Nikki, favorite Wes Craven movie?
I'm going to have to go with The Hills Have Eyes and Red Eye. I don't think Red Eye gets enough love. That's a great thriller.
That was a good movie. I'll give you that. Ain't nobody say Shocker. Y'all don't like Shocker like that. Shout out to my mom and my older sister for having me watch Shocker. Why would y'all
love Shocker? But you said number one favorite.
Yeah, Shocker's cool.
Sledgehammer Horror. What were y'all's favorite outside of the people under the stairs? Because we already know that one. Outside of the people under the stairs, what's your favorite Wes Craven movie?
Scream is mine.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Yep. Ken knows what's up.
Yeah, it's got to be Nightmare. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Surprised somebody said Dream Warriors.
I think Dream Warriors is a more fun film. But I think the original Nightmare on Elm Street is the much better made film.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Outside of that dog shit blow up doll ending and that dumb fucking
You
Freddy
love
car.
that Freddy car.
You
You love it.
so stupid.
You wouldn't drive that Freddy car if I bought
Right
it?
off a cliff.
Okay. I'm buying it.
Dang, y'all can't hate on the Freddy car. I like Nightmare on Elm Street 3. And y'all told me that it wasn't. All my whole life I thought it was called Dream Street until y'all told me it wasn't. Y'all be crushing all of my Thanks, Nikki, for for that. TG with the $2 super chat and moving up membership on Struggle Reviews TV. If you all are here right now, make sure you hit like and subscribe on all channels. Also, everyone on this panel has a channel membership. A good bit of us do watch alongs as well. So make sure you hit like and subscribe with everybody and check out our channel memberships as we get into our movie discussion really quickly. And before we do that, actually, I want to say shout out to my channel members, anyone who has subscribed to my channel and joined my channel membership. I appreciate you. You could have joined anybody's channel membership, but you came on over here to Slice of Horror. So I appreciate it.
I'm gonna keep it real. How you make me feel. Will you give me feel? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just drive me wild whenever you're around. You know how I do. You know how I flow. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to see you.
Boy, it's something about you that make me tell my friends they don't understand. No, they don't know your style.
And also shout out to anyone who has sent a super chat. If you send one, make sure you don't send it to yourself. Just throwing that out there. As we get into our movie, which stars Brandon Adams, who was quite the star back in the early 90s. A lot of you have seen him in different sitcoms as well. He was dating everybody in the sitcoms. He was Moesha boyfriend, Ashley Banks boyfriend. He was sister man at one point in time. He was out here and he was in Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Quite the talented individual. And it was by design that he was who he was. I looked up some information about it. Poindexter, aka Fool, which Wes Craven wanted him to be the hero of the movie. He wanted to make sure that this guy was brave, he was courageous, and he survived all the way to the end. We said we was not going to take him out in the beginning. We wanted a heroine. Do you guys think that he is an underrated final guy? Do we not talk about Fool surviving enough? Because I feel like I don't hear about him surviving because it is either the black guy dies first or like Nikki puts it, even if we don't die first, we don't make it to the core group at the end. You somewhere in the middle, you're not, you're gone. You don't really have any depth to you. You're just kind of there. Fool had a lot of personality in the movie. He had a lot of courage. He had a lot of one-liners as well. I'm going to start with Tyra. Do you think that Fool is an underrated final guy? Do we talk about him enough?
He is, because I never talk about Fool. I never talk about Fool. I never think about him when it comes to like a final guy. And I think it's because he's a kid. I always forget about him. But he not only was he smart, but he went back. I can't tell you I would go back.
Never.
Once I get out, I'm out. But the fact that he went back, not only for the entrapped folks and the roaches of it all, but he went back for his community, his family, his people. So he had a lot of purpose. We don't talk about him as much as we should, and I'm definitely going to start remembering him.
On mute. Thank you, Tyra. Nikki, what about you? Do you think Fool is underrated as a final guy?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say all black final guys or girls are underrated. Anytime I go to a lot of these channels that are having final girl, final guy conversations, I never hear any of our black ones really mentioned at all. Not Sanaa, not Fool, but in general, I don't. When you say, I don't think he's underrated. I feel like you definitely talk about him a lot. I have talked about him a lot, but maybe just in general in the horror community, I think he would be underrated. And I think it's really a shame because he genuinely is just a really great character. It was a really great performance. And although we have a lot of conversations of being tired of seeing black people in horror, like in the ghetto or struggling, I feel like this movie had a really good message at the time, and Fool was a great character. he wasn't like a stereotypical black character in a poor neighborhood. He wanted to be a doctor. He was courageous. Like you said, like Tyra said, he went back to help the people that were there, which he didn't have to do. I think Fool is a great character. And I think in general, our black final guys and girls need to get a lot more recognition. But yeah, Fool, I think overall in the horror community is underrated.
Ashley, how do you feel about Fool and being underrated? Do you hear much about black people being final guys? And I know you don't watch horror a lot, but within the movies that you've seen, would you feel like he's underrated? Like, have you heard about him? Like, oh yeah, he made it to the end.
Yeah, no. I honestly didn't even learn what a final guy was, I believe, until Nikki's Horror Con. That time I watched, I said, oh, that's a thing. I was like, did she make that up or is that real? Like, there's
I coined that. Okay.
Yeah, I really tried to watch this like thinking back, right? Like at the time, this was what, like 90s, like early super
90, 91.
Because the me today watching Fool, why ain't that baby in school? Why he carrying the burdens and the weights of the world? Like living in the hood is trauma all by itself. Why? I thought the movie was going to be over when he left the first time. I said, okay, he's done. We're out of here. Wash our hands of it. He said, no, I got to go back for Alice. I said, well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But Fool was funny. I think his character was super charismatic. I enjoyed watching him on the screen. Little man was doing the most. He said, Alice, get behind me. I said, well, what are you going to do?
You know they got to protect the white
people. What are you going to do, young sir? But no, I actually enjoyed him. And I remember him first, I think, from the Cosby Show. So I'm absolutely here for this young man and his acting capabilities. And he carried. He's the reason, like, I kept watching. You know what I mean? So absolutely.
Thank you, Ashley and EJ. Did you know what a final guy was before?
You don't know what that was. Girl, stop playing with me right now. I didn't know what that was. I was today years old when I just figured out what a final guy was. Stop, Nikki. I saw you. Yes, I saw that. I was today years old when I figured it out. So the answer to your question is, I'm not even going to answer. I'm just going to say that Fool, I liked him. He was a good character. He did his thing. There's no way in the world your girl would have went back for girl. She didn't jump that first time. I'm not going back. I told her to jump, period. But I thought he was a great character. He was very charismatic. So, yeah, he was cool. And I've seen him in so many other things as he's gotten older, even as a younger actor. So I was familiar with the actor himself, but I just wasn't familiar with this movie in general. But I did like him. I thought that he had a good message. I like the fact that he did want more, at the end of the day. And he was a selfless character. He went back. There's no way I would have went back. I'm just being honest, y'all. I would have never went back. So I thought he was cool. So yeah, I really liked him being the hero. I like the idea of him being the final guy. Check that out.
Look at it. We learn something. You learn something new every day. You learn something new.
Okay.
Wait till she finds out about Final Girls.
Oh, what?
Sledgehammer Horror, Ken and Ashley, how do you feel about Fool as an underrated final guy? Do you feel like he's talked about enough, or he just keeps getting glossed over in the conversation?
I do think that he is underrated. I feel like this movie in general is underrated. Like, not a lot of people know what this movie is. But he's a great character. And I always talk about when it does get remade, that he's going to be a hard one to replace. It's going to really come down to the characters, and they're really going to have to find a good Fool to replace him. But I thought he did great. Like you guys said, he's charismatic. He is selfless. He wants nothing but the best for his mom. And he's doing this stuff to help her because she's sick. And yeah, he's a good character. What about you?
He's great.
Okay.
There's nothing I like more than watching white people lose. So,
especially ones that wear freaking bondage
suit
and yeah, the weird ones, right?
There's
At least
nothing.
the weirdos.
There's nothing I hate more
We're
than
not
white
all
people
weirdo.
with money. The minute you start giving white people money, they start gentrifying
weirdos.
and put on bondage suits and people keeping kids under their stairs and fucking white people, you can't trust them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's great. And I think that Brandon Adams is great. I think that he was the perfect character because he's laughy and jokey, but he's not overly comedic.
Yeah.
And he's just like one of those characters that I really think the whole time you're watching it, you genuinely are worried about him. You're genuinely scared for what could happen to him. He's one of those characters that is super likable throughout the whole film. So, yeah, I just I have such an admiration and love for this movie, and he's part of the huge reason why I do.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Shout out to the close to 80 people in the chat. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We out here. Now, we got a scenario here. Okay. I want to know, what would you do if you was in this situation? Here's the scenario. So you have a sick parent.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we okay.
All right, so here's the scenario, guys. He left, so the white guy's taking over. Go figure. So while we're waiting, we do got a pretty cool announcement that's People Under the Stairs related. You want to tell them?
You go ahead.
So next Friday, a week from tonight, our interview with Sean Whalen, who plays Roach, will be live on our channel. We're watching his new movie called Crust, and we'll be doing an interview with him, talking to him about his experiences on The People Under the Stairs, talking about his brand new movie coming out called Crust, starring him, Felissa Rose, a lot of the other B-movie horror icons. So that'll be coming out next Friday. We're very excited about it. We got to meet Sean in person at Scarefest, and he was really easily approachable, and he found out about the show, and he was like, hey, I'd love for you guys to review our movie. So we made it happen, and the interview will be out a week from today. So we're super excited for everybody to check it out.
Oh, good. That's fun.
Yeah.
Roach looked disgusting. I felt so sorry for Roach. He was so emaciated. They cut his tongue out. Roach got the worst treatment.
Raw end of the stick for sure.
He did.
So while we're waiting for Kay to come back, what is everybody's opinion on the upcoming Jordan Peele produced People Under the Stairs remake?
I put bad juju on that Blade remake, and it worked. So now I'm about to put bad juju on the People Under the Stairs remake. Leave it the hell alone.
Yeah, for real.
I think it's just going to come down to casting, because the big thing for me is, look, Brandon Williams is great. He's fantastic, but also Everett McGill as Daddy is so terrifying because he
just looks terrifying. Just looking at the guy, like before he even talks or put on bondage, like he's a scary looking dude.
And even when he does like the goofy shit, like when he thinks he's killed him, he's doing, I got him. He's just so, but like he's got so much charisma and he's so fun. It's, I don't know. And a good thing about this too, when you have remakes like this or reboots, it makes people go back and see the original. So maybe we're going to get people that go back and watch the original People Under the Stairs that had never seen it before.
Yeah,
I want them to leave it alone.
They could go watch the original.
Just go watch the original.
Yes.
It's nothing that came out that was a remake. Why are they remaking the good films? There's nothing wrong with
the bad films.
Yeah, remake the bad ones. Like it's always gonna pale in comparison. You're gonna have the people who have never seen the premise, and maybe they'll live for it. But us OG folks, we're gonna be upset, and even if it's like, oh my god, that was so good, somebody's still gonna find something because we just don't. want it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. Well, I think that's true for everything. I personally I'm a big fan of reboots / remakes. I like to see especially like a good retail. Yeah, I think there's I think Evil Dead 2013 is a fantastic movie.
Bring out the one exception.
There's Child's Play 2019 was great. That was great. This is for Tupac. That was great.
Chucky was a choice.
Okay, that wasn't great.
Okay, now we're splitting hairs here, ma'am.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. Okay, scenario.
All right.
You have a sick parent. A family friend says he can help you get money. Okay. But it involves some breaking and entering. What do you do? Do you A, say, cool, go grab a ski mask? Do you B, respectfully decline because you have morals? Or C, you let him go ahead and do it, and then you wait for him outside the house, and then you rob him after he robbed the house. What are we doing? And yes, those are the only three choices. Ashley, what are we doing?
Well, if I'm in the situation, I'm the oldest, right? Because that raggedy sister needed to step in before Fool did, send her off with her verbally abusive, whoever he was. Ving Rhames' character, he pissed me off so bad. But hey, let's grab a ski mask. Let's get it back in blood. Like we gotta make a way out of no way. I'm here for that type of action. All about my mama. I would have been for sure.
Okay, look at there. I see we got some people with some morals in here, and I see some people got that dog in them. Nikki, which one are you doing?
I'm taking my black ass home because I'm not trying to get shot. My mama lived a long life, and she would want me to survive. I'm love your mama, and I will speak at your funeral. No, I'm not getting shot.
So that's a B for you. That's a B.
I'm not gonna respectfully decline, but yeah, we'll say B.
Shout out to somebody got a membership here.
Hey, thanks, Jerry.
Wilson gifted a membership for Sledgehammer Horror. That is amazing. Thank you for that. And I did see a super chat down here from Trent. Let me not miss it. Let's see. JP is the worst at writing horror remakes. Oh, don't do Jordan. Don't do Jordan Peele. Candyman was not ruined.
Hold on. Jordan Peele just produced that. Nia DaCosta wrote and directed that.
Mm-hmm. See, we can't be don't do Jordan like that now. Let's see. Branson Wright with the $5.88 super chat. Eddie Murphy wanted to work with Wes Craven because he enjoyed People Under the Stairs. I did hear about that before. The Serpent and the Rainbow was really good, and The Last House on the Left. Yes, a little trivia there for you all. Thank you all for the super chats and the memberships. EJ, which one are you doing? A, B, or C?
Well, Kay, I know you don't know this about me yet, but I don't do jail. I'm sorry. Not me. I don't care if it's my mama, my daddy, my sister, brother, uncle, because I don't give a damn. Respectfully. I don't do jail. So yeah, I'm gonna have to respectfully decline that one, and we just gonna be out on the streets, okay?
So what your mama said, what he said, look, we got money for doctor bills. We got the money to pay your rent, but like this we just gonna be in and out real quick.
Sister girl need to be out there doing what she do, make it rain, do something. I don't know. She the one. I'm not the one. She the one.
Ken and Ashley, Sledgehammer Horror, what would you all do in this situation? Your mama, come on now. They said it's gonna be easy money.
Well, my mom's dead. So
yeah. Well, and my dad's dead. So I feel like and I watched him get sick and watch that. So I'm gonna fight for my dad, and I'm gonna grab a ski mask, and I'm gonna go in there, and I'm gonna get that money to help him.
I would probably just be like, hey, she's dead. Money. I don't know how I'm gonna help her.
This is pre-death.
Oh, pre-death?
Yeah.
I'd make her put on the mask. I'm like, Mom, we got a job. And I'm going to wait outside, and then I'd beat up my mom because she's frail by this point, and I'd take the money to help her. So I can still be the hero.
After you beat her up, then you're going to use the money to help her.
Don't worry, Mom, we got this. We're going to get there.
She got to participate in it, too. She going to have to hit this lick, too.
Honestly, if it was genuinely for my mom, I wouldn't even grab a ski mask. Let's go do it. I don't care if they see my face or not. If I'm going to help my mom, all us white people look the same. They won't be able to pick me out of the lineup. So
I don't look like you.
Yeah, you think that.
Y'all look like siblings, Ashley.
Yeah. So I just,
Oh God.
I would take the money and do whatever I possibly could to save my mom.
Man, I feel like, look, my mama done had a long life. You eat, look.
Miss Lisa, if you watching somewhere, I just want you to know, do not rely on your child when times get hard. Okay, don't even call her. She can't do it. She ain't gonna go out on the limb for you. Don't even worry about it on that part. Tyra, what you doing?
You know I'm getting it back in blood. Did you see that third world country project they was living in? I'm not living like this. Okay. It looked like they were overseas somewhere. It was condemned. I'm not doing that. And then you in here sick. Then when you get sick, then what? The street? We got to get it back in blood at this point. And then I'm a minor. I ain't gonna get a lot of time. I'm gonna get out. Might do a little juvenile, a little juvie. Probably won't even go on my record. It's the first offense. Go with A.
Y'all really thought about the consequences of all that. I want to know in the chat. Some of y'all dropped it in there. If it was your sick parent, okay, and the money was a sure thing. Are you going to do it? Okay. Are we going to get it? Are we respectfully declining? Or are we just going to let somebody else do it and then rob them? Okay. There are options here. Either way. Or are you going to be like Nikki and say, you know what? She lived a good life anyway. I ain't even going to.
But Kay, what are you doing? You did all that and didn't answer the question, ma'am. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm going to wait for old boy to go ahead and do the robbery. And then I'm going to jump him after that. I'm going to let him do the hard part. And I'm going to wait for him on the outside with a hoodie on and a ski mask. Okay.
So jumping Ving Rhames in a Kofi. Doing that.
Yeah, we gotta partner up because
oh man, Miss Lisa's calling you out. Miss Lisa.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love you, Miss Lisa. I seriously love you so much.
I knew she was in there. I knew it.
At least she said she know what it is. She wouldn't make it. Go on and let me go on. You ain't going there. You ain't gonna make it.
I know I ain't gonna make it. I can't be nobody. I can't even get down with Big Bertha. Nope.
I love how Miss Lisa was like, I know she was least surprised than any of us. She was like, trust me, she's not lying.
She said, you ain't even gonna make it in the pen.
I'm gonna be like, hey, Ma, sign, put your signature on this life insurance policy right here.
Sign here and here.
Yeah.
We can't say she don't know her child. She said she just gonna go. Yeah, go ahead and get the papers filed.
The minute she saw the scenario, she was like, shit.
I'm dead.
That's a wrap. Wrap it right on up. And speaking of Leroy and his raggedy self, there we had an omen of that this was gonna come at the beginning of the movie, and I didn't even think about this till I got older. Ruby and them tarot cards had told Fool, some things was gonna go down. He had some trials and tribulations, but of course he ain't take it seriously, and he ended up over there with Leroy. I want to know. Was Leroy wrong for even though he talked Fool into going into this house? When they got in there, he pushed him. Fool. he said it ain't but one of us that can fit in here and push. You convinced this little boy to come in here with you, and you was just like, when you got in there, it was every man for himself. Do you think that he ever even intended for Fool to get some of the money? Or was he just gonna keep it all for himself? You do, Kid?
I don't. His intentions were not good.
No, but at the end of the day, when run Fool, like he was still on as he's dying. Yeah. His main concern is Fool, get out of here. Get out of I brought you into this. I'm so sorry. Run, leave, go. I don't want to see you get hurt. That to me is what shows, because he already didn't trust Spencer. Wonder why. And then, as he's getting shot, his last thing is run, Fool. Get out of here, save yourself. Which is very admirable. I think that in that moment he could have been like, get the kid.
I think he was putting attention on him.
No, because even Daddy, I'm a fool. He's doing the dance and all that shit. I don't know. So I think Ving Rhames, I think he really did have. I think he would have gave him just enough to help his mom. but I don't think, he would have gave him like
Just
a fair
enough.
shake. Hey, here you go.
He's a good guy. He would have gave him just
You
enough.
get 2 golden
Yeah,
coins.
but your mom's cool.
Gold shillings.
But I still think he genuinely cared about Fool. I just think that he was misguided in how he was trying to help him.
Okay. DeMarcus, okay, there you go. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Happy birthday to me. Enjoy your day and many more to come. Thank you so much, DeMarcus. Ashley, do you think that Leroy ever intended to give Fool some money? And was he wrong for going to hide by himself and leaving Fool out in that house to fend for himself?
So here's the thing. When Leroy rolled in there, right, on his super, this is early Hotep energy, you guys. This is before the Hoteps of today. This is like OG Hotepin, okay? Because like you said, he got the Kinti light. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's got like dashiki, okay, all right. And then he gets in there, little man, you want to make some money? You never going to be a doctor. They can't even afford to send you to medical school. I got a plan. He was just like the quintessential, let me introduce you into gang life. Let me jump you in. That's what it gave, right?
Damn.
Immediately. And Ruby, you're a trash individual because why would you even bring this menace into your home to corrupt your little brother? All right. So we got to see mama laid out on the bed. She got the cancer and they just don't want to tell you, little man. So come with me. Let me put you in this little Boy Scout uniform and we're going to get to the whites and we're going to steal these gold coins in this whole huge house. We're going to find these 5 gold coins, right? They're going to change your life. Leroy's intentions were foul. He was not a good person. If he loved Ruby down the way he did, he would have went in there by himself and got the money, right? Or found another way to get the money. But I think to introduce this young man with so much promise and hope for a future to get into this risky and dangerous situation, I don't know. And even once they get in the house, Fool ends up saving him from the crazy rabid German, whatever kind of dog that was. Leroy was just trash. I wish he would have been unalived sooner. And he got his just desserts in there when boy in the leather popped him up really good. I wasn't mad at that part, but yeah, Leroy was trash in my mind, beginning to end. Hated him.
EJ, what you think about Leroy? Did he ever intend to really give Fool some money for his mom, or did he just need somebody to watch his back so he could keep the money for himself?
Listen, first and foremost, I second what Ashley said as the other person on the panel that, has clearly not watched this, but this time, I second that. He was definitely trash, like trash. And he never had any good intentions for this dude. Like, he never had any good intentions. He just needed a decoy. I mean, the plan was to he needed a kid. So you go to the door so you can get some intel. Like, he was using him. That's exactly what he was doing. And then after he turns around and saves you from the dog, you tell him that there's no room in the inn. Like, who does that? Like, that was crazy to me. I was like, ain't no way. I know you wish you could take back all them 10 seconds where you just saved him and just let the dog eat him. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, if I could just take that back, I would have let that dog got you, bruh. But he had no good intentions from beginning to end. I mean, honestly, I thought he was Ruby's pimp. I won't even lie to you. I was going to ask y'all. I didn't know. I was going to ask. But now I know.
Ruby had them kids. Did she have a job?
Cars. That was her job.
Oh no,
it wasn't making enough.
Making enough.
No.
Nikki, was Leroy wrong in pushing Fool out and let him fend for himself? Did he really plan to give Fool some money?
I don't think he was wrong. You got to drop the kids off in the middle of the woods and toughen them up, make sure they can survive out there. And I think we absolutely could not trust Leroy. He would have just killed us and took the money. I think Leroy is the type that I need money, and I know somebody else as desperate as me that needs money, aka Fool. So I'm going to use him so I can get my money. But I think he was going to give Fool something. Like Ken said, if they had 50 gold coins, he would have gave Fool about 2 coins so his mama wouldn't be sick. Like, I don't think he was going to use Fool and just not give him anything. But look, you got to teach the little whippersnappers. He had to let Fool know the reality is, baby, you're not going to be a doctor. You're more than likely going to be sweeping up after the doctors in the hospital. So let me try to give you a skill that you could really use because medical school is expensive. And look where his family at. Look at the boyfriend his sister chose, and she got all them kids herself. That little boy was not going to medical school. He needed to learn a trade, okay? Just like
A tra-
Leroy says.
What the heck?
Just went all the way downhill.
That's the problem with kids today. They don't learn a trade. Gotta learn how to, use the crowbar.
Went all the way in left field. Tyra, was Leroy wrong for pushing Fool out of the way and hiding and taking? And he sacrificed the child so he can go and hide. Was he ever gonna give Fool some money?
Note to self: never leave your children with Nikki. Okay.
Not
I'm
ever.
like, Leroy mean them folks no good. Leroy has some pawns. If this white man can't get me in this house, then I'm gonna use Fool. Fool is the only one who can get up into this Boy Scouts uniform. He wasn't gonna leave these people a dime. He was gonna get out of that house with whatever little money he had to divvy up. If Spencer didn't take it, he was gonna take it. He was gonna say, "Hey, where's my cook? Oh, little man, you don't know what to do with no money." He wasn't finna give him a dime. Like that little last attempt of a little girl, run, fool! Like it was like, well, since I'm about to die, run, fool! Like when he told him like, "Ain't no room in here," trash. I'm happy it wasn't in the room in here because I would have got shot right along with you. As soon as they get in the house, you can tell Leroy ain't all there. And the fact that
But see, that's what y'all missing. Leroy did that on purpose. He knew he was sacrificing himself for Fool. That's why he let Fool in there.
Please. If that's the kind of sacrifice you're giving out, baby, just leave me outside in the cold and rain. No. There was never going to be enough sacrifice for you allowing me to get here. Everybody failed him, even Bill Cobbs. Couldn't nobody stop him from going and getting in the little suit. Like it was just goodness that Fool was actually smart because nobody here in this family was. Everybody was just destitute, sick, and desperate. It was sad. They didn't have that little man. Everybody just would have been. He was a saving grace for this family. Thank goodness that he had a little sense. He had the nerve to call me fool. You the damn fool.
He's a destitute, sick, and desperate.
There it was. Gosh.
Oh my goodness. Before we move along, I wanted to hit the pause button for Miss Kelly Jo Minter because while we're talking about underrated final people here, Kelly Jo Minter is also an underrated final girl. She survived The People Under the Stairs. She survived Nightmare on Elm Street 5. She also survived another movie she was in called Popcorn. I think it was like a horror comedy. And we don't mention her name enough either. And during the pandemic, I actually got a chance to talk to her. I interviewed her and everything. And for this to be like my favorite horror movie, to talk to Miss Kelly Jo Minter was like really something special to me. So in case y'all didn't know, whoever's finding out that, final girls and final guys is a thing, y'all better include Miss Kelly Jo Minter name the next time we talk about Final Girl. She needs to be on the list because she survived all of her movies. Shout out to the 80-something people in the chat tonight. We appreciate you all. We are here to talk about my birthday and The People Under the Stairs. Movie came out November 1st. I was born on November 1st. Why not? Get your pajamas on, get your snacks, because we still got a little bit more to talk about with this movie here. Make sure you like and subscribe on all channels, and we will be right back in just a second. I want to leave y'all with some tunes here for just a second.
Love ain't trying to waste it, like we be running them out and never make it. That's just too bitter for words, don't wanna taste it. That's just too bitter for words, don't wanna face it. But I think that I'm done tripping, I'm tripping, I've been sipping, that's how I control this feeling. You keep giving, you keep moving it. Oh, maybe it's your love, it's too good to be true. Baby boy, your love got me tripping on you. You know your love is big enough, made me trip on you. Yeah, it's big enough, got me tripping on you.
And shout out to, again, the 80-something people in the chat. Tomorrow night, for anyone who has not seen this movie, members only, we are doing a watch along for The People Under the Stairs. Earlier this week, we did a review of The Wiz to celebrate Ashley getting her 5K, and then we did a watch along for The Wiz. So in honor of us talking about this movie and my birthday, we are going to do our blockbuster night is going to be dedicated to The People Under the Stairs. If you are not a part of the membership, everybody has links in their on their channel. So we would love to see you have a really good time in our movie nights. Underrated. Let's talk about Mommy and Daddy here, who we find out later in the movie they on that Game of Thrones. This is not even a real married couple. In fact, this is siblings right here. Mommy and Daddy were actually inspired by real life events from Wes Craven's childhood. These characters were portrayed by Wendy Robble and Everett McGill. They were designed to embody the dark side of familiar and social hierarchies with their personalities exaggerated to horrifying levels. I really think that these were two good villains, and they were hilarious too, by the way. I don't think they're talked enough about as villains either. Nikki, do you feel like they're left out of the conversation of villains because they made some really good villains?
Now, wait a minute, Kay. We got to backtrack for a second because how come you're okay with Ruby reading the tarot cards, but not Tilly reading the tarot cards?
Because Tilly was, you know, I ain't trust Tilly.
But you trust Ruby. But we actually did a KillerCon episode on underrated horror villains, and we talked about Mommy and Daddy from the People Under the Stairs. And I forget who said it earlier on this panel, but somebody said the People Under the Stairs are just underrated in general. And I agree with that. Like, I feel like we're going to always hear the conversation of the main, like, top horror villains that everybody always talks about: Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, Chucky. But there are a ton that get overlooked. And Mommy and Daddy absolutely are underrated horror villains. They're batshit crazy. They're psychotic. They're fun. They're funny. They're scary. And I love just really zany type of horror villains. And they absolutely are. But I feel like they are absolutely underrated villains.
Thank you. I feel the same way. Tyra, do you think they're underrated villains? And real quick, thank you, TP, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. And Darfalina just gifted a membership on my channel. So if you are on my channel right now and you are not part of the Final Girls and Final Guys on my channel, Darfalina just gifted a membership. So go ahead and if you have not claimed it, go ahead and claim that membership. Tyra, are they underrated? You on mute, Tyra?
Not me being on mute over here acting like Ashley. I just felt it. I felt it in my pajamas. I could see it there, you know, mommy, daddy, sister, brother type of duo in this way. Like, they were so over the top in the best way. It fit the narrative. Like, not only were they gentrified, racist, like greedy, they checked all boxes. They were sick, depraved. Then they had the biblical religious type thing, mommy, daddy, like burn in hell forever, like purge away the sin. I was like, what? Wes Craven, why? Like, every single little entity was on. Then we got the nerve to be practicing some cannibalism and keeping people stored in the goddamn basement. They were very, very sick, and it really fit. They were great. Wendy is awesome. I love the standoff in the end that she has with Alice with the knives, and when all the the hitting children, well, adults now, the zombies come out. Because I was like, y'all really going to unleash them things to the public? All right. When they pop out, that's a really, really great scene. But Daddy running around in that BDSM suit, chasing down folks with that shotgun, it is so fun. It's really, really fun, and I love it. I just love the glee that they feel like, oh, I got him. Like, no, you didn't. You thought you did, but yeah, you didn't. But yeah, there's a Looney Tunes cartoonish aspect to them, but it works here.
It does. EJ, how did you feel about Mommy and Daddy as villains? And since you never seen this movie, how did you feel when the reveal happened and you found out that they were brother and sister?
I knew it was something up with them from the jump. Like, I knew it was something weird. I just didn't know exactly what it was. I couldn't put my finger on it exactly. And I was like, okay, Mommy and Daddy though, really? Like, come on now. Like, they was just doing too much. But yeah, I mean, I thought they were great villains. I mean, they were funny. They were doing the absolute most. I mean, it was overkill in some cases, or, you know, it was a lot. So shout out to the underrated villains.
Do you know what a villain is, EJ?
Yes, yes, Nikki.
Yeah,
You know, I had
wow.
to think. I was like, Now, you know, I got the villains on lock. I got that one. Listen, I look at Chucky and Scream. I just don't look at everybody else. I saw
Ashley,
Nightmare on Elm Street.
see, we in there. You got your toe in the door. You dipped your pinky toe in there. Ashley, how did you feel about Mommy and Daddy, and how did you feel when it was revealed that this was not a married couple? This was siblings.
Girl, you know
that they
this
was on their
gave-
Game of Thrones, House of Dragon type stuff.
You know it gave the wild and wonderful whites of West Virginia. If you haven't watched that documentary, go watch it. It'll give you your entire life. But it definitely gave Inbred Fred all of it, right? But no, immediately I actually enjoyed these two. I really enjoyed her. She gave me like Mommy Dearest. And if you remember Crybaby's mama in Crybaby, she was like the combination of those two characters. And I thought she was hilarious. She was exaggerated over the top. I was like, if she says no more wire hangers, I'm done. But no, I really enjoyed her. The dad less so, but I think I don't know. He was just so gross. I was like, is he a predator? What did he be doing to Alice in that
She
room?
did it with him. I know she did.
I
Just let me get her.
He made my skin crawl, but I think that's what a villain is supposed to do. I really enjoyed them. And even that moment at the end, like you guys were referencing between she and Alice, when there's like this standoff, or even when she tells them, no, that's my baby girl. You can't do anything, even though you just boiled her in the tub. Literally, you just boiled her up in the tub. But no, I can't do this. So I liked it. They had a little bit of depth. They were over the top, super exaggerated. I was here for these people as villains. I didn't know they were underrated in the horror community because they were definitely memorable.
Absolutely. Sledges, do you feel like Mommy and Daddy are underrated villains? When we start talking about horror villains, do you feel like we don't talk about these two enough?
Yeah, I feel like there are two that are amazing that we should be talking about, but you know, we always talk about the four, you know, Michael, Jason, Freddy, and that's only three, but Chucky, yeah, sure. I don't feel like we talk about Mommy and Daddy enough. And when I was a kid and I learned out that they were brother and sister, I was shocked. Like, what is this? Like, it grossed me out. And even though Daddy is super scary, Mommy is like the aggressor. She's like the one that like keeps him in line, even though he's way bigger and like weird and wears bondage and shit. He should be like, you know, like the one that keeps her in line, but no, and he listens to her too. So yeah.
I totally agree. I think they're absolutely underrated. And I agree where I think Everett McGill is terrifying in everything I've seen him in, even in like Silver Bullet, like he was so scary in that. But then you have Mommy, who he just cowers to, you know, and it's like he's almost submissive to her where he's dominant to everybody else. And I'm a huge fan of these two and their chemistry. And you hate them. You hate them so much because they're so fucked up, but they play the role so well. So, yeah, absolutely got to give it up to them. I think they're absolutely underrated.
Yep. They're the reason I check walls when I go into people. If you got an old house, I'm checking your walls to see if you got secret compartments.
Check the wall, check the basements, pull a book out the shelf. You just
how does one check inside the walls? Like, how does one do that?
Do a little knock for to see if it's hollow.
Long, you know, everything. The base where you touch, where it looks like, you know, there's probably no entry there. You touch it anyway.
Quick true false about Alice and Roach. True or false? Alice has never been outside of the house. Anybody? Is this true or false?
True.
Yeah. Girl, she was terrified.
She was looking she was looking outside.
What's out there?
Yeah.
How old was she when she was kidnapped, though? I mean, if we being technical.
Yes, that we apparently a while because the level of fear that she had shows that she never lived a normal life before. She had no recollection of being a normal child. So we're gonna assume it's been a while. Well, yeah, y'all got that one. That's absolutely true. She's never been outside the house. She ain't never even really seen you know, somebody over there looking like fool coming over there with that nappy hair and brown skin. Yes. And she's like, no, I haven't. No. True or false? Alice and Roach both successfully escape at the end of the movie.
False.
No.
False. No,
False.
Roach didn't make it.
That was sad.
Poor Roach.
Poor thing.
Roach got stomped out.
He risked it all. He really did. He was like, Alice, he wrote it in his blood. Like, go see about her. Like,
That's
dang.
his sister by way of kidnapping.
I was like, that was
Yeah,
touching.
he was still trying to be the wingman. He was like,
Yes, he was.
she's up there, bro.
I just love how he was entrapped and having the time of his life. He was having so much damn fun.
Dude, when he shoots him with the what's that called? The Dennis the Menace thing. Why can't I think of what it's called?
A
The
slingshot?
Slingshot. And he just starts laughing at him
Yeah.
like, oh God, so great. So great.
Yeah, so one of her brothers that said, I don't want to be in under the stairs. I'm gonna hang out in the walls. Okay. That's the only friend she had. That was her brother. Okay. That was
Yeah. She gave her his food.
Yeah, she let him lick the plate clean.
For real.
I mean, I'm not sure he could actually do that with the tongue being cut out, but he did some form of it.
He did some.
He made it work. Got another scenario for you all, okay? You just escaped the house of horrors, but your new friend is still in there. What do you do? A, every man for himself. Like, hey, you should have came on when I came on. You were supposed to be right behind me and you weren't. So, I mean, I'm not going back in there. Or B, you make a rescue plan because sometimes you got to put on the cape and be a hero. Or C, just go ahead and call the social workers. Call CPS because at this point, get somebody else to do it. Nikki?
Is my new friend white?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because I'm not gonna play the sacrificial Negro in the horror, so I need to know who is my new friend.
Your new friend is Alice.
Please continue, Nikki. You don't know how hard you don't know how hard us straight white men have it. Okay, so please
He
continue.
gives us the plight of a white man every time.
She's not saving you. Okay.
Bullshit. I can't even survive horror movies anymore.
Look, if they gonna finally let me into a horror, I can't be Charles S. Dutton. I just can't do it. And for the
Charles
Normies,
Dutton gonna die
he's an
every
actor
time.
who always plays the sacrificial Negro in a horror movie. Yeah, if my new friend is white, it's a no for me, dog. I'm not even, I can't risk my black skin for you. Like, I can't do it. But if they black, okay, if my friend is white, it's gonna have to be A. If my friend is black, it's gonna have to be B. Because I can't let my ancestors down. We could have been related in somewhere down the line. So I'm gonna go back for you if you're black. And if you're other, you're gonna have to be grouped in with the white folk. I'm gonna have to leave you.
Please.
Ashley, which one are you doing?
Here's the deal. And I believe we're speaking directly to the movie, right? And so if I am on the roof shingles, right, and I'm reaching out my hand and I'm saying, come on, Alice, let's do it. And you say, no, I can't go. I'll call those people respectfully. See, I'm calling CPS, and it doesn't matter your color. It's equal opportunity over here. If you don't jump into this little baby lake with me, whatever it was, little pond, I don't know. If you don't make this jump with me, sis, I'm never coming back to this house of horrors ever in life. I'll call them people though, and good luck to you. I'll pray. You'll be on my prayer list, but I'm never coming back. Never darkening your door. Those people would never see me again, ever.
Tyra, what you doing?
I done told you, Don and I have told you in 28 weeks later, I ain't coming back for nobody. Once I say come on one time, that's all you get. Like, what am I coming back for? I was already risky and shaky being in here in the first place. I'm on top of this roof, diving into the pits of hell, trying to get out of here. You expect me to come back for you? Sneak inside the house, jeopardize my life a second time when I barely got out of here the first time? You just gonna have to go on and be miserable. I told you to come on. We ain't calling CPS. We tried to call somebody last time and y'all hit them buttons and everything looked all hunky-dory.
Exactly, that ain't even work.
Make a rescue plan. This was the rescue plan and you failed. We're going with A, and I don't care what color you are. The man says just gonna have to be mad because I told you to come on too, black man, and you showed to stay. I gotta go. Black saving nobody. That's how you die. You go back trying to save people. Food was a special case. Most of the time, when you're going back, you're dying.
EJ, which
Girl,
one we
you know,
doing?
you ain't even got to ask. I'm not making no rescue plans because, first of all, I would have never been there in the beginning. Let's just keep that real. I'm not calling the people because why? I'm not doing none of that. If I said let's go, that means let's go. And if you choose not to come, that's a choice at that point. And if you make a choice, then you got to stand by that choice. And I'm gonna choose to not come back and not call nobody. Bye. Because ain't nobody gonna know I was there. Can you imagine? You know, I hate to be the one to bring it up, but can you imagine going to call somebody, right? In this scenario, that this is the white family, right? And you, the black guy that goes and calls somebody about the white girl that's stuck in the thing. Hell no, I'm not doing that. No, somebody's gonna get lumped into that.
I saw
No.
I need y'all to send help. I broke into their house disguised as
Right.
a Boy Scout.
Who's doing
and then I
that?
got
So
shot at,
basically,
and
you
then
saying you?
I was in the room with
Steve
the,
would
with
be
the
telling on
white
yourself.
daughter. No,
Yes,
no.
I'm not snitching on me at all. No, there's no scenario where I come out of that. Regardless, even if I make it out, I'm not coming out of that. Period, and I'm not going to jail. We talked about that.
I went in
Not
her
going to
room.
jail.
I went in her bedroom, and then we hit in her walls. Like what?
Okay, no, not doing it.
Information.
That's good at all. The sledges. Which one are you doing?
Depends on if they were white or black. If I would go back. How's
Finally,
that feel, Nikki?
I'm not going back for nobody. Every man for himself.
Damn.
At this
Aw.
point. Yeah, maybe make a little ring a ding. Like I did my part, called CPS, and you know,
Hey, there's this
I
white
did my
girl. She's in
part.
trouble.
it's in God's hands. at
My
that
part.
Ashley said it's in God's hands. Oh, damn. Some of y'all cold-blooded in here. Just gonna leave Alice with mom
Okay,
and dad.
it goes for you too. If I said, "Come on," you better bring your ass on.
Exactly. That go for everybody. Ain't no color involved in that one. That go for everybody. If I reach my hand out and say, "Come on," and you don't come on, yeah, no. I was just elaborating on why I wasn't calling them people because I'm not going to get myself in trouble. But I ain't
You know
nobody.
what?
Nope.
Speaking of this comment, you know what? We talked about this before. 28 weeks later is trash. Just putting it
It
out
is
there.
not
Since we just
trash.
put it out there. We you know what? We ain't gonna talk about the whole movie. We're gonna talk about the
That
beginning part of this
that was
movie.
a cold horror movie opening, Kay, if I ever
This-
seen one.
This is a cold opening, y'all. Old boy, buddy shouldn't have left his wife like that. Everybody else, Tyra, Ashley, them was like, and Nikki talking about, yeah, he should just go. He said, let's go, and she stayed. He shouldn't have went back and got her. And then me and Ken was like, you can't do that. Like, why you leave? He left. He was sprinted after his wife, and she was in the window, like waving at him. And all he did was like look back, and he was
That's
crying.
because you always
and
want to
running.
bring up Rick Grimes talking about he would never do it.
Exactly.
If
Rick
this was
would
Walking Dead,
never.
Rick would never leave his wife. Like,
You're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. You think I got something? And these are fast zombies. It's not even like they were the slow ones. And you want to go after some random white kid. You see what happens when you go after white people? You're going to die right there with them. I'm not going in there.
I'm right here. I can hear you. I'm in earshot.
So Ken, you know what? Now that Ashley is right here next to you, if we're in 28 weeks later, right? Are you going?
I
You
would
see one pop up
absolutely
in
go
the
back
window.
for
Are
her.
you going back?
Going
See,
back. We know kids going back.
I'm
already know
100% going back.
I'm
I
not.
could've told you
We're
that.
not going after no kid. Like I don't need extra.
Slow down,
I
though.
don't need extra
Yeah,
kids.
here's
My
why.
kids aren't here. I don't want that kid. Like so.
Here's the thing, though. If I told Ashley, don't do it, she'd be like,
I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's true.
fuck you. I'm doing it anyway. We've been married for 20 years, so I've learned I don't know shit. And she knows everything. So if she was stuck somewhere or trapped somewhere, I punched up with her. I'm a solid 4. She's like an 8.5. So like if she's going out, I'm going out. Mr. Tumnus is done. Yeah, I'm running right there with her.
see.
I'm going to sex up that 4 because I ain't coming back, girl.
EJ, because I know everybody else on here said they ain't going back besides me and Ken. EJ, if you was in this situation, I don't know if you seen 28 weeks later, but what happened was when the zombies came out, the husband left his wife in the house. And when I say
You ain't even saying it right. First of all, there was a plan in place. If things go astray, this is what we do. It's a zombie apocalypse. You got to be quiet and get eaten by candlelight. A random young white child knocks on the door and she's breaking her neck to let him in. The zombies follow him to the home. This is not their kid. EJ, they don't know this kid from a can of paint.
Yeah.
She runs after this kid. All the zombies have broken in the house. He's
And
waiting
those
on
are
her. Come on. She opts to leave, let go of her husband's hand, and go get this white kid. By the time she gets the white kid, she is surrounded by at least 2 zombies. Done, leaves, girl. I gave you a chance. I love you, but I gotta go. And mind you, they have 2 children of their own they're trying to get to that are still alive and safe. You going back for your husband, EJ?
Hell no, because I got 2 kids to come back to. Like somebody got to tell the story. First of all, that's always been my premise: is that somebody have to tell the story. And if you are not going to be the one to tell, if you're not gonna listen, I'm gonna be the one to tell the story, and I'm gonna tell what had happened. Because what had happened was you did some dumb ish, and I left you, and anybody would have done it. Okay.
I do
don't
love
care
all the
about judging
emphasis on the fact that it was a white kid.
I don't even like kids.
I do love that emphasis.
I don't
you
even
know.
like
Any
it. Like I
kid.
like my kids, but that's about it. Like
I
I
can
don't
just-
like kids.
That
I
part.
can imagine Tyra during this scenario, like white or black.
It don't matter, kid. I'm not letting you in. Like you're a liability. I'm sorry. Go to the next door. Try the next house. I'm sorry. I got kids to think about.
No, she's just sitting there like, what were the measurements? And Sir Mix-a-Lot's baby got back. If you don't know, 34, 36, 34, you're out. Bye.
Oh Lord. Let's not make this a color thing.
Okay,
kid.
we got
Nobody's
her
getting
again.
in.
Rumpelstiltskin could really run fast too. And 28 weeks later, he got up. He was out of there. He
That's what I'm
dashed
saying.
out.
You can't play with there was nothing for Don to do except go down with his wife. There was no saving her. Literally, all he could do was go down with her. And he told her multiple steps throughout that whole thing that led her there. And she didn't listen multiple times.
And he tried to help the guy. That's how I knew he had a heart. It just business was business.
Yeah,
Because he tried to help the guy get on the.
surprising thing is the fact that the wife didn't listen at all.
Right.
That's the
I
least
think
surprising thing.
The main thing is there was nothing Don could do. Like, even let's say the wife listened to him glowingly. When those 2, he didn't close the door until those 2 rage virus zombies looked at him. Was coming. Then he closed the door. He had no weapon. What was he supposed to do? Like, what was he supposed to do against
Girl,
the rage?
died. They was gonna have to get on done. He was gonna have to sacrifice himself so she could save this random white kid. No. I'm gonna keep saying it now. So every time
But I really feel like his wife was so dense. She would have been one of those people in a horror movie that stands there screaming while her husband gets killed, and then they turn on her and she's still standing there.
It wouldn't have stood a chance because it take a little baby ounce of rage blood, and you're a goner. I'm not dying with you,
right?
And then she still came back.
No. If I'm keeping it real, I'm probably not going back for my own kids. So let's just keep it real.
Now, I ain't say that. I'm going back for my baby.
I'm probably not. I'm probably gonna be like, my daughter is older, so I'd probably be like, girl,
you gotta drop them kids off in the woods, man.
Think about all the money you'd be saving on like school supplies and shoes and like
so many things.
We're in
Like,
apocalypse.
I'm going back for my baby.
and now you got less mouths to feed.
The only thing I wouldn't go back for is the pet because I just can't really.
Oh no, hold on now. That's the only person that I'm
not going back for my pet.
That's the only person I'm gonna die for in the horror movie. I'm
It's
going
because you don't have any actual children. Like if you have to choose, it's like because at least you can tell your kids like, come on, I ain't got time. I'm gonna give you one little whistle, a couple of snaps, and you don't run on, Sparky. You getting left.
Look, I'd rather pick the dog over the kid. If I ever did have kids, that's gonna be in the prenup. If we break up, you take the kids, I take the dog.
Oh,
Well, see, my thing is though, like at least with the dog, like you got something to eat.
Not kidding.
if I told them kids to come on and they was hard headed, then they staying. I'm sorry.
And see, that's the thing. Dogs gonna be loyal. Kids gonna be hard headed. The kids in horror movies always get you killed. They do something.
Not the black kids. It be them white kids, and you know it, Ken. You know it. You know it.
Yeah, I have 3 of them, and I want to kill myself every day.
No, because we just watched Mr. Crockett, Tyra, and Major was something different.
First of
He
all,
wasn't
that
gonna
was a different
listen.
breed. He was from hell. Okay, that Mr. Crockett kid, he was a spawn of Mr. Crockett, and we just didn't get to that origin yet. Somehow, the mom fornicated with Mr. Crockett in the past life, and
Still my favorite movie of the year. I love that movie.
Don't
but Major
get
was
me
a
upset,
dumbass.
Ken.
I just think about that little white girl crying for that teddy bear and Speak No Evil. When no dog cried, no, that wouldn't be no dog. Me and my dog would have drove off safe and happy.
Lord. Would never. We're not going back for nothing.
Does Kay want us to go over this slide in the super chats? Thank you, pretty girl, for the $5 super
I
chat.
don't know what's going on.
Thank you, Ty,
Thank you
for
for becoming a member, Ty.
Thank you. Now
my
we
bad.
get into members tonight.
Yeah.
Let me say thank you to my folks.
Yeah, somebody got some new members.
Quite a few members popping up for somebody.
Yeah, thank you, CC Jamie, for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Shout out to the new channel members. We appreciate you all.
Have some confidence, girl.
Yeah, y'all have a good time with the channel membership. So thank everybody who's joined. I see, a couple channels got some members this evening, so that's awesome.
Now, see, that say every man, woman, and child for themselves. It don't say the dogs.
Now, CC. Now, CC. Before we get up out of here, a couple more things. Just want to talk about the significance of the movie at the time. Wes Craven, the writer and director for this, intended The People Under the Stairs to be a critique of economic disparity and exploitation of marginalized communities. This was like a movie that was ahead of its time. There wasn't actually horror movies that were speaking to this, which is probably why it's an underrated film, because putting the social justice issues within a horror movie, they weren't doing that, which kind of is what led to Jordan Peele being able to make things like Get Out. And of course, everyone who does not know, Jordan Peele is on track to remake The People Under the Stairs. Do you all think that he can do this movie justice?
Hell no.
God damn. Okay.
I think it's fine. There seems to be a need, and I know he didn't do Candyman, but there seems to be a need to be heavy-handed with the social commentary aspect of these films that they're bringing back as if it didn't exist before.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to see it. I just feel like Jordan Peele has the capacity to do so much more and be inventive in his own way. Even if he wanted to do a premise that is, familiar to this, where we can say this really reminded me so much of The People Under the Stairs, it could still be his own thing. Why do we need to remake it? I'm not here for it, but I'm gonna watch it, of course.
And I feel like this isn't one of those movies that can be improved upon. It's perfect in every way. I don't see anyone adding anything to it. I agree with Tyra. Maybe you can make something loosely inspired by this, but to remake it just feels really pointless. I feel like this movie is perfect. It's still relevant today. If there are any new fans, they can go revisit the 1991. I'm not here for it. I'm not even a remake hater. It's a ton of remakes that I actually like better than the originals. But I just remake the movies where there's some kind of room for improvement. Don't leave the classics alone. I don't know why we gotta keep remaking the classics.
Well, that's two no's. Sledges, do you think Jordan Peele can tackle this movie and it'd be good?
Yeah, I think I think if anybody can redo it and make it good, it's him. So I'm glad it will be in his hands.
But can we also talk about how he's just producing the remake as well?
Yeah.
This is just he's not writing or directing.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's just producing the remake.
That was the only thing that was giving me a little hope that I thought, because he just produced Candyman, and y'all know how I felt about that.
I think for me, the new Nia DaCosta's Candyman was a great film. It was not a good horror film, was my opinion on that. And that was a sequel, not a remake.
Yeah.
So I think that
yeah.
People automatically, when they see that Jordan Peele is going to be attached to a People Under the Stairs remake, I think that more people are going to be willing to come on board for this. Just knowing that Jordan Peele is producing it, because obviously he's going to have script supervision. He's going to have say on set. So the big thing for me is just going to be casting.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to casting. Who are you going to get to play Fool? Who are you going to get to play mommy and daddy?
Better be
Those
a
are the
fresh
big
face.
things for me that if you can, and I think that they can take what I hope they don't do is they
Do a
take
beat by
it
beat or
and do either a beat by beat remake or they try to make it like super like campy.
yeah.
If you're gonna do anything, make it a little darker. Show me daddy killing some of those kids under the stairs for being naughty. Show me, like
Ben, you're like, kill those kids.
fuck yeah.
Sounds
You
like
know how those white kids are.
Those kids were really white. They've never seen the sun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my big thing is like, the biggest thing I think a remake can do for me is if you do it beat by beat, line by line, it's fucking pointless.
Yeah.
Give me something to grasp onto. Give me something that, and that's what I mean. Like it's already campy, but I don't want them to go over the top with the campiness. I don't want it to be almost like a borderline horror comedy. Like if you're going to do it, make it darker. Like this is a movie that has a lot of social messaging that is still very important today. And I think that you shouldn't make a joke about something so serious. I think that Jordan Peele understands the social commentary that goes along with this movie. And so him producing it, I think he will make sure that it's still a horror movie first, but with the social commentary to be important to us.
I agree with Ken. I think the darker version kind of reminds me of the original Evil Dead versus Evil Dead 2013. Like it's definitely a lot darker, even though, that original very, very campy, over the top, slapstick. But I feel like Ken is saying like the characters. I feel like it's the writing. Like, of course, it's the casting and the characters. But I agree with Tyra. Just in this climate, a lot of these Black horror movies that were in the hood, and it's extremely heavy-handed. And I don't want them to go so far to where it's like they're taking themselves way too seriously. Like I really loved Nia DaCosta as a director and the visuals when it came to Candyman, but I hated how heavy-handed it was, like with the cops, and like I don't want to see that. I don't want them to do that with the people under the stairs. I don't want it to be so like heavy-handed and on the nose, and I just feel like they're going to do that.
But to be fair, the original Candyman was like that too. It was very on the nose. Yeah, see, like that. I just think that they were trying to duplicate that, and that was where I just wanted. Give me a horror movie first. I love a social message. I love that. I think horror it's had social messages since it started. That's what makes horror. It takes the real life things and makes them uncomfortable, and it makes you uncomfortable for watching it. That's what makes a horror movie to me. But you got to be a horror movie first. You got to focus on your horror aspects and have your social issues in there, but not at the forefront, in my opinion.
You're right. Keep that ahead. EJ, do you think Jordan Peele can do a good remake for this?
Girl, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a clue. This is what I will say, though, in all seriousness. Being someone who just watched this movie for the first time today, I would say that I would be here just to see, and I'm only saying this because I'm like on the fence about remakes, right? Like some remakes are great, some are not. But because I just watched this and I don't have like a soul tie to it, I would be down to see what would be different, how they would make it more modernized. If you know what I'm saying, like I would be down for that. But I just don't have no tie to it. This was a great watch. I'm glad that you, decided to do this, allowed me to open up and expand my horror genre a little bit, and all that good stuff. But I would watch it just to see how it came out. But I can't go as deep as, the Sledgehammers and the Nickies and the Tyras, because I don't have a clue.
There's only one Nicki. I'm not plural.
Can't stand you, right?
But EJ, I do have a question. As somebody that just watched this today, in a modern time, do you think it needs a modern remake?
No, not really. I mean, I like this one just as it was. I mean, if they were going to remake it, I would want it to be something different. Like I would want to see something, I would want to see something. I wouldn't want it. Well, I like a good social comment. I like when stuff has some social commentary to it. I like all of that, but I don't necessarily think that we need to go super deep, not what climate we're in right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's necessary just because of where we're at, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't want to see it, EJ. Because y'all talking about Jordan Peele, he was a writer. It was a Nia DaCosta baby, but he was an additional writer on Candyman, which means he signed off on some stuff. Just leave stuff alone, please. I'd appreciate it.
Just let's make some new ideas. Let's just do new stuff. Like let's create some new stuff.
No, they've been talking about this for a while. Ashley, what you think? Do you think that this will be a good something to remake? Would you rather see like an updated version of the same story?
I don't think Ashley wanted to see this story.
So here's the thing. So here's the thing, right? We're talking about, you said a critique of economic disparity in marginalized communities and that. But when they get them gold coins back home, he said, y'all could live here in the ghetto until the year 2000. Like that's the part I was like BFFR. But no, in my mind, I am here for originality, and we've seen over the past couple of years, not in the horror space because I'm not over here, but in the other space, we've seen so many remakes, and they just feel so uninspired to me. So depending on how they approach this, I'm like EJ, I don't have no deep rooted connection to this. I could see them going in a different direction. I fear, though, my concern would become if it becomes like, I don't know. I think when you take things that are classic and hold a special place in people's hearts, you run a very high risk of failing them in a remake. And so I would just, put that out there, but it could be amazing. It could be genius. We have no idea. Either way, I don't care too much. Okay.
Yeah. They better have a legacy character. I want to see Brandon.
Oh, absolutely.
And he better not die because they love to throw a legacy character in the trash.
Then I'm gonna burn the movie theater down.
And last but not least, I want to know everybody's favorite scene in the movie. Me personally, I love the scene where Daddy thought that he had dropped some bodies in there, and he goes over to Mommy and does his little happy dance. He's like, I got him, I got him, I got him, I got him, and she's just like, show me, like, where's the body? Since you think you did something, where's the proof? Where's the receipts? And his expression just dropped like drastically because he was trying to make her happy and proud for 1 second, and she burst his bubble. Tyra, what is your favorite scene from the movie?
I'm surprised Nikki watched it. I forgot they shot that out.
That was
it's definitely the ending scene where Fool has the wire. You say you go kiss your ass goodbye, boy. That's my scene. That's my part right there. I love the ending when he in there like, oh, it feels real good. You counting them, letting them gold coins run through your fingers, don't it? You ain't never sink that much money. No, it's a setup. I love that part. I love the ending.
I do too. Sledges, what's your favorite scene in the movie?
So I was gonna say I got him because it makes me laugh. Like, I love that so much. But I'll say the ending where the boys are like walking out and they're like looking around, like, what is this? Terrifying. Yeah, like, what is this outside business?
Yeah.
No, they think they're out there eating people.
And then you're like, where are these cannibal kids that look really scary? Like, how are they gonna put them back in society?
Very good question.
I'm gonna say after this has always made me laugh, and it's an unintentional funny moment to me. But after he shoots Daddy with the slingshot, and the face, and when Daddy's just like, oh, and then just falls over, like, that to me has always just really made me laugh. I thought that was great. And I really like Roach. Like, when you find out how he cut out his tongue and everything with Roach, I always thought was really good. He was one that was really, really easy to root for.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. A shout out to the 85 people that joined us tonight. Appreciate y'all. Ashley, what part did you like in the movie? You on mute?
like I said, I was enthralled. It wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. It just gave me, you know what it gave me. But my favorite scene, I don't know. I feel like Roach went out like a OG, triple OG, like writing her name, like go see about my girl. That's been my friend for forever. I thought that was deep and meaningful. And honestly, I was just glad to see Fool alive at the end. Sitting there at the little block party or whatever it was. I was just glad to see he was living in the land of the living. Listen.
Those people that, I'm surprised people weren't running in the streets when them boys came out of there just looking a hot mess, looking like they ain't never smelled
would've.
out the outdoors and
Now, why y'all talking about
food.
them kids like they not victims?
I would have been. I know they were victims, but I was scared when I watched this as a kid, and I didn't realize that they were like the victims at first. Like they scared the shit out of me. Yeah.
Yes. And they were made to look like that. He wanted to show what happens when you don't let these people outside, when they are malnutrition, beaten, and mutilized. EJ, what part did you like the most?
Well, there were several parts that I enjoyed. One of them, a lot of them involved Roach. I like Roach. I thought he was the real MVP. And I did think it was funny when the guys come out that nobody pays attention to them. That's the first thing I said. I was like, so nobody's paying attention to these guys. They look horrid right now, and ain't nobody paid attention. Everybody was trying to get the money. Like it's like, bump these fellas, let me get this money. So I thought that was interesting. I was like, okay, so and I kept wondering. I was like, what are they gonna do? Like, y'all can't be out here just eating, folks. Like, y'all gotta figure this out. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I was really thinking about it. I know it's supposed to be a happy moment where all the money falling down, but I really had thoughts about these guys getting away and what was about to happen to the rest of the people. For real. But I enjoyed those few parts. That was, I like that.
And Nikki, what was your favorite part of the people on the stairs?
Well, Tyra stole my favorite part when Fool go to blow kiss your ass. But that's always been my favorite. But I'll say when Leroy is first telling Fool about his mama cancer and Ruby tried to stop him and he yoked Ruby up. I think he grabbed her by the neck and yoked her ass up. He had to teach Fool how to be a man. So I'm gonna say that was my favorite scene.
There you go with them life skills. I didn't know.
He said he's gonna found Job Corps. He's gonna make sure the kids got work.
Well, I'll let you have that one. I'll just take mommy throwing Alice in that water because that water looked hot as hell. I was like, that's
actually said right she boiled her.
I was like, oh my god, that looks so painful.
And yet, you got all of this blood on your dress that I spent all this time making. Look at you.
In the same breath, don't tell her to burn in hell. We don't got time, ma'am.
Amy, thank you for the $10 super chat. I love the scene where mommy opens the door ready to say her racial slur and then sees the whole street covered in black people. She did, because she was getting tired of Ruby knocking on that door, and she had something. She said, the next time you knock on that door, I got something for you. and then she was looking crazy when she came to the door, as is. By that time, her makeup had smeared, her hair was all over the place. She looked a hot ass mess coming to that door. I didn't feel sorry for them at all. Oh man, thank you all for chiming in here and joining me on my birthday to celebrate and talk about this movie. I had never been in a space to actually sit and talk about this movie. As many times as I've seen it, I've never been here to actually just like really dive into this movie. This is the first for me to actually even talk about it. And so I'm glad to talk about it with not just people who've seen it several times and love it, but the ones who just now watched it as well, to lay some new eyes on the movie. So I really appreciate you all for that. Before we get up out of here though, I want everyone to let the people know what we got going on. Let's start with EJ, who had a first watch of the movie. What's going over there?
Hey guys. Listen, first and foremost, thank you guys. Thank you so much, Kay, for having me here with your birthday celebration. Happy birthday and many, many, many more. So That's first. And then, of course, you know, I got everything that y'all got going on for the most part. I'm sure somebody's going to tell all of it because I've really forgot all of the things. But also on my channel, I just did Found. So I just talked about Found with Tamika. So definitely check that out if you're into Found. And then we also just wrapped up Zatima. So Zatima, the finale, just finished that up. So we talked about that. And then I'm going to do some uploads this weekend. So just keep your notifications turned on. And thank you guys for having me. It's fun.
The struggle.
First of all, happy birthday, Kay. Like I'm glad. I've never been in the space to talk about this film either. This was fun. Tomorrow we will be getting into the what's this film? The People Under the Stairs Watch Along. Yeah, that. We'll be getting into that. I forgot it that quickly. So be there for that. Of course, if you're a member, of course, you can be there for that. If you're not, then why you here? You know what I'm saying? Become a member. What else? Sunday is always for Three Women. We are getting close to being towards the end of Three Women. So I know we're all excited about that and excited to get into this Maggie episode for anybody here who is following us with that. And for anyone who has seen the Megan Thee Stallion documentary on Prime, we will be discussing that Sunday afternoon as well. So yeah, go check that out on Prime. As far as my individual content, I am almost finished with my editing of Training Day. Be on the lookout for that. I really hope you guys enjoy the skit for that because I gave y'all the best opening I ever had. And my members, we will be getting into She's Gotta Have It and discussing and breaking down that film next week behind paywall. I'm excited about that, and I hope you guys are interested. But yeah, everybody say happy birthday to Kay and send her all your money.
Yes, please. And pay attention when you send the super chat. Make sure you don't send it to yourself. Speaking of,
Ashley, that down, Ashley.
And I fixed it. That's the thing. I fixed it. No, you guys, tomorrow we're actually jumping in. We're throwing our hats into the Married at First Sight arena. So we'll be talking that on Saturday. Monday nights are for disclaimer, y'all. Listen, we're going to get through this. And then Tuesdays are always for From. Just make sure that you're subscribed to everyone on the panel. Make sure that you have your notification bell hit. Yeah. And if you're into Love is Blind, go check out my upload from earlier and Grotesquerie, because we finally finished that and it was a bunch of nothing. So you can hear me rant about that. But thanks, Kay, and happy birthday to you. Like I said before, I'm so happy you were born, and I pray that you have many, 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 many more healthy and happy birthdays.
Thank you, Ashley. That was very sweet from the sweet perspective. Sledges, what's going on over there at Sledgehammer Horror?
Tomorrow we will be releasing.
First of all, happy birthday! Like everyone else said, happy birthday first, Ken.
I was just saying at the end.
No,
when I
you gotta
started
say it first.
Fine. I'll strip without saying happy birthday.
All right. Well, happy birthday. We hope you had a great day. And thanks for having us on.
For
okay,
real.
now you may go.
Tomorrow, our Ernest Scared Stupid review comes out. And then
I used to
we
love
have yeah, still do. Jake Hubbard from The Haunted Beard. We got our My First Horror Movie with him on Sunday. Dan Epler from the Cobwebs channel. His My First Horror Movie episode is on Monday. On Wednesday, we have our Ashley's Top 10 Overrated Horror Movies will be out. And then Friday, our interview with Sean Whalen, better known as Roach from The People Under the Stairs. We have an exclusive interview with him and his wife/partner.
Okay, wait, say that again. Y'all glossed over that like we ain't hear that. Y'all say y'all got an interview with who?
Yeah. So yeah. We told everybody when you were gone earlier, Kay. But yeah, we have an interview with Sean Whalen about his wife / partner about their upcoming film Crust, which also stars Felissa Rose and a lot of other amazing horror icons. So that movie will be out in the end of November, beginning of December, I believe. And it'll be a review / interview with Sean and his wife, who are two amazing people. So we're very excited about that as well.
Thank you. And also someone has another channel member.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Keish Monique, for becoming a member. I appreciate it.
The memberships are out here in these streets. Yeah, and of course, Nikki with a Night of Horror. What we got going over there with the night?
Well, happy birthday to the Blurred, who won't let me in the Blurred Club, even though I saw an anime.
That did not count.
But yes, I literally just moved, literally. But content will be coming, hopefully at least by like mid next week. I am covering From on the channel, and as well, I am doing a members only watch along of Mike Flanagan's very first movie, Absentia, and then we will be doing a live ranking of all 7 of Mike Flanagan movies. And I have a poll up on the channel right now. We have 60 votes for our retro rewatch and review. It is out of The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, Z Nation, and Penny Dreadful. Penny Dreadful and The Walking Dead been neck and neck in the poll, but right now The Walking Dead is winning. So we will be doing a members only watch along of the episode, whichever series gets chosen. And then that will be accompanied by a live discussing the episode. I also have my Mads movie review coming up with a surprise in that video. So make sure you look out for that. A Night of Horror on YouTube, Night with the K, on Instagram, on Twitter, and all the places. A Night of Horror. Horror content mostly, but some other things. And happy birthday, Blurred. Happy birthday.
You're muted, Kay.
Just sit over here, just talking it right on up with everybody. Yep, y'all just gonna let me run my mouth on mute. Again, thank you all for for showing up and coming out to celebrate my birthday. You all could have done anything today. You didn't have to come out and celebrate my birthday, but you all did, and that really means a lot to me. Because sometimes I don't have time to celebrate my birthday, and I actually even went to work today. Okay, my crazy self went to work today, but this was fun. I appreciate y'all that. Those who the channel members, My Sweet Perspective, Struggle Reviews TV, EJ and her TV Junkies, and over on Slice of Horror, we will be doing a watch along for the people under the stairs tomorrow. So we would love for you all to be here for that so that we can talk and laugh together with this movie as a group. And we also are going to start elevating our movie nights. So for the people who are here, we're going to have something special real planned for our blockbuster movie nights real soon. Apparently, what in the world is going on with my child? Okay, there we go. Again, thank you all for the super chats. Y'all got some channel members this evening. Some of y'all got some super chats. I appreciate everybody for showing up for me this evening. I invited everybody. Everybody came, and I know you didn't have to do that. So I really appreciate the love. I feel the love this evening, and I love you all for that. So we will see you all in the next one, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, because y'all know we be having stuff going on.
I need the cash. I need it fast. I treat the stash like it's up for grabs. On the road to the riches, my foot on the gas. I'm chasing success like this is my last. I wake up in the morning, thank the Lord that I made it here. I was so close to the edge like a heaven, baby help. I turn a little nothing into something, like I put a bun in the oven. I burst that bread like a newborn. If you weren't with me going through storm, then you can't make it rain with me. You ain't in the struggle when the struggle trying to hustle. Don't play with me. You sleep for a week, you spend the day with me.